Liberty coach Dan Sparrow following the championship victory over Pittsfield at the Saukee Turkey Tourney. And coach, first week of basketball, you never know what to expect, but you had to like a lot of the pieces you had coming back this season, knowing what they did last year.
Yeah, we knew we had a good solid nucleus of the four. It's just figuring out who that fifth and sixth and seventh was going to be. And we worked a lot in the summer, and our kids got stronger. We no longer look like the small team on the floor. We filled out a little bit, hitting the weight room, and doing a lot of the stuff during the off season, and so it's starting to pay dividends.
Well, the big thing is you have a few kids that even have a driver's license now. The last couple of years that you were really young, but as you talked about, you're hoping that pays dividends as the season goes on. Absolutely,
we picked up the Klingel, Aiden Klingel coming out for the first time, and even though he's a senior, he gives us a little bit of length, and Tommy and Tanner, they're going to fill roles for us this year, both defensively and offensively, and Brody and Evan were sophomores last year, got a lot of time on the JV and even a couple minutes here and there, but we've come out strong, and this was a game that I felt like we went from we talked about winning every quarter and not letting up, and I felt like we got a full game. And once again, Tate is a big driving force of that. I know he doesn't get a lot in the point column, but when he's able to slow things down and get it to where we need to go and dictate kind of where the offense is, he makes it very, very dangerous. And then Gavin's just the benefactor of people sending 2 and 3 people at Reed and Tate, or Reed and Vince. And you got that third scorer able to come in and do both from the inside and outside, makes it difficult to guard.
And we talked about how important Tate was. Last 2 nights, or the first 2 games, he was in foul trouble, had to sit quite a bit, and that does change you quite a bit. Gavin, man, he came out and he was on fire at this one, and that confidence was fun to see.
Well, the confidence built from Wednesday night. He had 2 big threes there in that fourth quarter, and I think that we were looking at him, for scoring, and his family, they had a death, and so you're trying to recover from that, and going through the emotions of that and into that week, it made it very, very difficult. But it was good to see him rebound. Friday, fourth quarter, took a little bit, but all systems were firing today.
It's a long season, but that first week sure went by in a hurry, and that's what you want to preach to your kids is it can be long, but it'll go by quick as well.
Absolutely, and we want to obviously celebrate this one, but we build off of this, and we want to become that complete team. And we got our eyes set on bigger visions than the Pittsfield tournament. Nothing against it, but it's a good way to start the season. But obviously we're a long way from being there, but it'll get here. Late February, early March. We'll get here before we know it.